Welcome to our show entitled Reconnect with the Earth, the Benefits of Grounding. Our surrounding environment can have a great impact on our bodies. It can either induce or reduce our stress, depending on the area around you. A pleasant environment, like the outdoors, can not only boost your mood, but can also improve your physical wellness, such as lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and muscle tension levels, as well as strengthening the immune system. There are different ways to connect yourself with nature. Some people enjoy surfing, hiking, or strolling in the park in the morning, while others choose to reconnect themselves by walking barefoot on the soil. This is often referred to as grounding or earthing. The Earth's surface, which is abundant in negative electrical charges, is one of the overlooked global resources for maintaining health. From an electrical perspective, grounding describes the process of removing an object's excess charge via the passing of electrons between itself and another object. According to Coulomb's law, which is a statement in physics, like charges will repel each other, while opposite charges will be attracted to each other. Therefore, when an object carrying excess positive charges is grounded, the negatively charged electrons will be drawn from the ground to the positively charged object. Because the Earth serves as a big reservoir of countless negatively charged electrons, it can effectively share the excess positive charges from an object. The same concept holds true in the human body. More evidence now suggests a similarity between the bioelectrical mechanism in the body and the electrical phenomenon in electronics, such as the electromagnetic interference in cable television signals. When TV cables are grounded to the earth, the cable lines are shielded from external interference. If you can picture yourself driving under power lines, that buzzing noise you may hear in the car radio is also electromagnetic interference. When the same concept is applied in environmental medicine, grounding refers to the connection between the human body and the earth. Emerging scientific research has shown that reconnection with the Earth's electrons can lead to positive physiological changes to improve a person's well-being. Free radicals, which cause immune and inflammatory responses in the body, can be neutralized by electrons from antioxidant molecules. Based on this scientific principle, if free electrons can be absorbed into the body by establishing direct bodily contact with the earth, then the free radicals can be neutralized in order to reduce inflammation. Most people only walk barefoot when they are at home. Since ancient times, walking barefoot has been a very natural thing to do. By doing so, the body can receive the electric charge from the ground, thereby balancing the electrical environment of cells and tissues. This activity is simply known as earthing, through which the conductive human body reconnects to the Earth's natural and subtle electric charge. It is an effortless activity that helps to readjust the basic bioelectrical function of the body. As modern society emerged, our lifestyle became inseparable from the cities. The concrete walls of buildings and road surfaces now separate us more from the abundant supply of Earth's electrons. Even though people immerse in nature from time to time, the direct connection to these electrons is still greatly reduced due to insulating rubber or plastic-soled shoes being worn. In recent decades, with more evidence from environmental medicine research, Scientists have found that the growing trend of chronic diseases seems to have coincided with the evolving modern lifestyle. We are also seeing more medications being prescribed as a byproduct of the way we live. Grounding can be performed outdoors or indoors, depending on your preferences and the suitability for your daily schedule. If you choose to ground outdoors, you simply let the bottom of your feet, palms of your hands, or other parts of the body touch the earth. This is the most natural form and inexpensive way to let Mother Earth balance the charges in you. By just taking a walk on the grass, sitting on the beach, or even swimming in the sea, grounding can be easily accomplished. If you have to stay indoors, don't worry. Grounding can also be achieved by using some simple equipment such as a grounding mat, sheet, or pad, which can be applied whether you're working in front of a desk or sleeping. These grounding products will allow you to be in contact with the earth indirectly through a cord inserted into the ground or a wall outlet, and you just simply sit on it or have them contact your body. Having learned the methods of grounding, now let's have a look at some of the potential health benefits. An estimated 1/3 of American adults complain of sleep disruption. About 1/10 of Americans experience signs of daytime functional impairment that match the symptoms of insomnia. Insomnia can not only affect our daytime performance, but it is also associated with depression, anxiety, and various physical conditions, including pain. In a clinical study to evaluate the correlations of cortisol levels to circadian rhythm and changes in sleep, pain, and stress, 12 subjects with sleep dysfunction, pain, and stress were given a conductive mattress pad to use on their beds for a period of 8 weeks. The results showed that after grounding, people with high nighttime secretion of cortisol before the start of the study demonstrated improvements in the collected data, whereby their day and night cortisol secretion profiles were restored to normal levels. Eleven out of the 12 study subjects reported that they were able to fall asleep faster, and the number of times waking up during the night was reduced for all 12 individuals. Furthermore, the results demonstrated that grounding the body during sleep alleviated morning fatigue levels and improved daytime energy and nighttime pain levels. It is estimated in the United States the direct and indirect cost of chronic insomnia amounts to tens of billions of dollars each year. The evidence of grounding helping to improve insomnia points to a possible solution for those having to constantly deal with the condition. In another study of randomized double-blind design, 58 healthy adult participants were given a conductive adhesive patch to place on the sole of its foot to simulate grounding with the earth. 28 of the participants were arranged for 28 minutes of ungrounded conditions, followed by 28 minutes of grounded conditions with grounding wires connected to a patch on their soles. Meanwhile, the control group was exposed to ungrounded conditions for the entire 56 minutes. Then, the physiological parameters were recorded by a biofeedback system. When grounding was applied, about half of the subjects had an immediate change in their left hemisphere electroencephalogram, or EEG, a test to measure brain activity. The change was seen in all frequencies of the brainwaves picked up by the system. In addition, 19 of the 22 participants had a decreased blood volume pulse, and all grounded participants showed a change of electromyography or EMG values, which measures electrical muscle activity. All the test results demonstrated that grounding is able to reduce stress levels. In addition to reducing tension, grounding can also have beneficial effects on improving cardiovascular risk factors such as red blood cell pumping. According to a study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, a group of 10 participants receiving 2 hours of grounding by placing conductive patches on the soles of their feet and palms had their blood viscosity lowered. Blood viscosity depends largely on the red blood cell surface charge, which controls the spacing between the cells. If the negative charges on the surface of the red blood cells increase, then red blood cells will have a tendency to repel one another, similar to how the same poles of magnets repel each other. As a result of the introduction of ground to the participants, the negative charges on the red blood cells increased, thus preventing them from clumping together. By contrast, clustering can cause cardiovascular complications such as arteriosclerosis. As the prevalence of chronic illnesses continues to grow, the need to find effective prevention measures and adopt a healthy lifestyle becomes more important than ever. It is wonderful to know the potential benefits of grounding and the simplicity of improving health through realigning with the flow of nature. We hope that you will also continue to explore and appreciate the wonders of nature by reconnecting with the earth.
Thanks be to God. Since the time I gave up the use of flesh meats and wine, I have been delivered from all physical ills. John Wesley, vegetarian.
Splendid viewers, thank you for your company today on our program.